Ronan McLoughlin is one of the great innovators of poi spinning and a personal inspiration. So today, we're going to count down my top 5 favorite poi tricks from the man himself. Drex here from Drex Factor Poi, sharing with you the love of poi spinning and flow arts to benefit your body and brain, and today, we're paying tribute to some of the classics. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow DNA, Flow Fests, Flow Toys, Juggling Calling, Pyroterra Light Toys, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these amazing companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I've got down in the description of this video. And a special thanks to the first non-business friend of the channel, Johnny Howard. Thanks so much for your support, Johnny. So a lot of people requested this one after my video on my top 5 Alien John tricks, and I am happy to oblige. Ronan McLoughlin is an Irish spinner who has been contributing to the flow arts world since long before I joined it. He's renowned for his clean technique, strong dynamic shifts, and oh yeah, he invented contact poi too. Ronan has been a huge inspiration to me as a poi spinner, helping me to understand that sometimes it's as much about the presentation of a trick as it is getting the trick down, to say nothing of how many incredible hybrids and other advanced tech poi tricks I've learned from him. There was a workshop that he taught at Fire Drums 2010 that still ranks as one of the most important workshops I've ever taken, helping me to understand how to create crisp lines even in the most complex of hybrids, and instilling in me a deep love of anti-brids. Now, I could seriously gush this entire video, but I know y'all came here for the tricks, so let's dive into them. Starting with number 5, vertical stacking. This is probably the most uniquely Ronan trick on this list, one that I rarely see other artists attempt, and that nobody has really tried to innovate on. The idea is pretty simple. Use stalls, anti-spin flowers, in-spin flowers, and point isolations to build up a tower of poi, and be incredibly specific about the relationship that the poi have to each other. It's a great visual illusion that contains elements of locking and clowning. It's also one of the few poi techniques I've seen out there that actually focuses as much on stillness as it does on movement. Usually poi spinners are abuzz with movement, and vertical stacking stands out as a notable outlier for poi techniques. It should also be said that the techniques to achieve this are deceptively hard. It requires that one hand in poi be kept more or less still as you're trying to dial in some pretty precise movements with the other, to say nothing of how easy it is to drop the anchoring poi early and lose the entire effect. Now, I personally wouldn't mind seeing more poi spinners playing in this sandbox. Just putting it out there. I think that we can learn a lot from discovering what can be done with minimal movement. Kind of blasphemy, I know, but I really think that Ronan was onto something here. Number 4, the right angle stack. You could probably consider this a variation on my number 5 pick, but I'm separating it out both because it actually does require movement from both hands and because the right angles in it are pretty distinctive. I first saw this one in a performance video Ronan did more than a decade ago, and it instantly was the trick that I wanted to learn from that routine. You don't find many right angles in poi spinning, and in the rare cases that you do, they're almost always a little bit timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. Like, it's a wink and a nudge kind of right angle with a lot of quarter time stuff. But with this stack, not only is it a clear right angle, but it looks amazing doing so. This is probably the only pattern from the vertical stack family that can be said to have gone at all viral, and certainly the only stack I see many people other than Ronan doing. It should also be said it integrates wonderfully with dance and moving around in a space if you have the room to move. It's got a wonderful flow to it, those right angles really pop, and it looks so different than many other poi tricks. Highly recommended. Number 3, behind the back catch. So there's this whole family of throws and catches that Ronan is legendary for, that center around isolated throws and what you can do sending them off in different directions. But then Ronan upped the ante by also adding hand placements into the variables for these catches and throws. We knew about behind the back tricks such as behind the back weaves and waist wraps, but adding catches in a behind the back position was another one of those moments when a generation of poi geeks sat up and went, wait, what? A soft poi boy also extended this concept into mixing together behind the back throws as well as catches, and which hand initiates which. It got real complicated, but it was Ronan that started the whole trend and whom I still think makes it look the most elegant. Try it with a pair of isolation throws, or perhaps have each hand do a different isolation throw. Bonus points, do it from horizontal isolation throws. The possibilities here are simply endless. It's also a great exercise in getting your isolated throws to be super accurate, so don't underestimate this one. It doesn't just look cool, it'll also teach you a lot. Number 2, pendulum versus cap. Now, to the best of my knowledge, Ronan did not invent this one, but it is an antibrid that I associate very much with him, and one that he explored in great depth. At this point, I consider this to be the foundational antibrid. It has the fewest question marks when it comes to gravity, it's not polyrhythmic, so beginners can understand it, and it of course looks fabulous. Ronan used a lot of hybrids and antibrids that I absolutely love. I came this close to selecting his triquetra versus pendulum simply because the way he performs it is so clean and specific that duplicating his form opened up a lot of doors for me. But this is the antibrid that feels not only like a foundational move, but also the one that I see him doing most often. He extended the use of this pattern by combining it with both cat-eye versus pendulum and extension versus pendulum in an old combo that was my very first point of entry into looking at the possibility of performing transitions between hybrids. That then became the foundational piece of my own approach to spinning with hybrids. Now, before I drop my number 1 pick on you, I have a quick favor to ask. If you've come this far, it almost certainly means that you're into poi tricks and flow arts, and that's awesome, because I produce a lot of content in that vein. If you wouldn't mind giving me a like and subscribing to the channel, it means you'll be the first to know when I post a new video, and it helps other people find my content. Please and thank you. And also, please drop me a comment and let me know who else you'd like to see me do a tricks list on. And now, for my number 1 pick, it's gonna be contact rolls. Come on, everybody saw this coming. Number 1, the contact roll. It's rare that a person can truly say that they invented a new poi trick. It's rarer still that they can claim to have invented an entire genre of poi spinning. Ronan's got bragging rights on both. It's nearly impossible to imagine modern poi spinning without contact poi as a component. It's become so widespread that there are no shortage of poi spinners that employ its techniques that never learned many traditional poi tricks. Ronan took inspiration from club and contact juggling to radically reimagine the ways in which poi could be spun, and the rest is history. Whether initiated from a cradle catch or in the midst of an isolated throw, Ronan's unique contribution to poi spinning was a bit of a slow burn, but in the end it became one of the foundational techniques for modern poi spinning. A true innovation from a true innovator. And that is why it is my pick for my favorite Ronan McLoughlin trick. Real quick, I just want to throw out a huge thank you because this video would not be possible without the kind support of these wonderful people right here. These are my Flow patrons over on Patreon, and they, along with the people listed down in the description, help to make this video and all the videos on my channel possible. Do you like poi content? Do you like tutorials, flow sessions, and vlogs on flow arts culture? Consider signing up to support my work. I want to bring flow arts to the wider world and help people connect with their brains and their bodies through prop spinning. So help me do it. Head on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and sign up. You can do that either by clicking on the card that just popped up on YouTube or by using the link down in the description. Not only will you be supporting this mission, but you'll also be able to get early access to all of my content, a vote in what content I produce in the future, and a host of other awesome rewards such as getting a special weekly poi lesson delivered straight to your inbox that is available only to my supporters. Go and give that a look, and please consider supporting this channel. Thank you in advance. What are your favorite Ronan McLoughlin tricks? Did I miss a big one? Leave me a comment and let me know, and also leave me your requests for other flow artists that you'd like to see me do a top 5 list on. I'll include a link to a playlist on other videos I've done in this series down in the description, as well as up on screen if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching, and get outside to flow today. Peace.